Yeah, look at the light.
What are we looking at? That was a disaster.
It's gone. That intro was a disaster.
It was a
Yes,
disaster.
yes, it was.
Shoot.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's our season finale. This is it for the summer. We made it through a year of this bullshit. It's great. King Josh, you wanna remind our loyal fan what our theme was this week?
I like the use of the word fan.
Yeah.
Singular.
Hey Tyler. Hey buddy.
We decided to do disaster movies this week after I won. Off of a tiebreaker that I still am not comfortable with myself. We decided on disaster movies, and I knew this is going to be a strong week in my opinion, but some other people maybe didn't think so otherwise. And I knew that I probably wasn't going to do too well because there were some nostalgic movies picked. But, anyways, I will start it off with my movie that I picked, which was Armageddon. Armageddon, if you don't know or have never seen it for some reason, like this side of the room, is
I've seen it.
a movie about the end of the world, almost.
You could call it Armageddon. It's like Earth's Armageddon.
It's about, you could say, Earth's Armageddon. A meteor is threatening to hit Earth.
Asteroid.
An asteroid is
Soon to be
threatening
meteor.
to hit Earth, and a very untrained and
Dysfunctional.
unprofessional team is sent to save the world. And I really like this movie because I grew up watching it, I guess. It was one of the two movies this week that was kind of nostalgic for me. And I really enjoyed it, like I always do. I think it's one of the few movies of this set that really brings out a lot of emotions in it. It has the suspense, it has all the feels, it has the comedy, it has I think there's more that kind of goes into it. But maybe that's just my opinion. Like I said, I think nostalgia is gonna play a big part of this episode. Alright, so I'll hand it off to you guys.
I'll start off with agreeing with you. I think nostalgia for disaster movies. Well, we were going through all these movies. I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but we realized that all these movies that we picked were from the 90s, which just happens to be when all of us were 5, 6 years old. And then, when we're watching the movies again in the early 2000s, because our parents were all nostalgic about them too. We kind of noticed that there was like a disaster movie trend coming out in the 90s, much like Josh. Big nostalgia movie for me. It was actually one of the first PG-13 movies that I watched. PG-13, I'm an adult. And, at that age, I was just happy that they were up in space. There were a bunch of big, muscular men off on an asteroid, just like doing manly things.
Ha! Gay! That was unprofessional. We apologize for that.
Because they're in space and so cool and they're saving the world, even as a little kid, you can get enthralled in that kind of thing. So that nostalgia feeling comes back because you remember that excitement. It really does bring you back if this is a movie that you watched way back when. But then, as I watched it as I got older, it kind of changed a little bit. It was the first movie I ever actually cried at. Because of the nostalgia factor, I can't really fault the movie too much. I mean, from a scientific base point, yeah, you can fault the movie pretty ridiculously, but I mean, if we're, I've used this argument in the past, if you're going to try and talk about realism when you're watching a movie, then I think that argument is void. It's dumb. Because movies are movies for a reason. That's why it's not March of the Penguins, which is, something completely different. So, I'll forgive it for any scientific inaccuracies, but on top of that, it just got a bunch of likable, lovable characters. I appreciate Michael Bay's tangential humor and ridiculous humor. But I don't know, really solid movie. I love this movie a lot.
I've never seen it before. I've never seen it, so I have absolutely no nostalgic attachments to it. And I'll be honest, knowing it's directed by Michael Bay, I put it off. I've kind of avoided watching it. I didn't really have any interest in seeing it, honestly. It's all right. It's overrated, but it's all right. There's some good parts. There's some horrible parts. And here's what I'll give it. I enjoyed Bruce Willis. I enjoyed the more serious parts of the movie when they were taking it seriously. Like, this is the end of the world. We gotta do something about it. Like, I enjoyed that. But then, classic Michael Bay, we have some too much, I would say. You know, comic relief is almost always necessary, but sometimes he likes to go overboard with it. And I think he did that with several of his characters. There's this, you know, some of the characters like the Cosmonaut and Steve Buscemi's character. It was just like, this is not the time nor the place for comic relief. This is about getting shit done and saving the world. Everybody just shut up and stop being stupid/crazy. So, once the movie picks up,
His space dimension.
I don't care.
You remember
That's
how,
how
do you remember how
big-
they just automatically passed everyone and sent them into space? And you expected there to be no ramifications for that?
Sorry. This is
And the
dumb.
Cosmonaut was in there alone for 12 months.
I don't care. There was too Michael Bay.
18 months. It was 18
So-
months by himself.
It was too Michael Bay for me. I couldn't. So there's too much comic relief. Once they actually got into space, the movie definitely improved. I don't think the first half I didn't care. The second half it definitely improved, and all in all, it was an alright movie. I don't really need to watch it again though. Maybe one more time, just give it another fair shake, but meh.
I didn't expect anything less, just because you knew it was a Michael Bay movie.
Hey, I like a couple of Michael Bay movies, to be fair. I like The Rock, and I like The Island. If he has some restraint, he can be good.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
And it was your first time, right?
First time with an asterisk. I had seen bits and pieces before. Like I
Fair. It's on TV.
It's on FX.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Twice
like,
a day.
Flipping through the channel, like I'll run across it, but I won't. I didn't fully understand the movie until watching it. So I really enjoyed it. I loved all the characters of the movie. Just the overall theme of it, I guess. Kind of very interesting. There's not really anything I didn't like about it. Above average movie.
Final thoughts?
Going into it, I kind of figured your reaction, and then I kind of assumed that you two would like it. I thought you would like it more, but I was excited to see you watch it for the first time.